What's happening, AJ?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Just hanging out, doing nothing.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Did you know that there's a conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne died and was replaced by a clone named Melissa?
Why Melissa?
I don't know, man. Like, because that would require me reading into this more than I did for the joke to start the show, and I don't think I'm ready to do that or interested in doing that.
No, I think we need to get to the bottom of this right now. This is serious.
Okay. We
need to stop the show.
Hold on.
Show's canceled all. I'm so sorry, but Brian brought this up, and we have to find this out. We'll see you tomorrow.
The theory claims that Lavigne, struggling with fame at the beginning of her career, began using a body double named Melissa. At some point, the real Lavigne, this is from theguardian.com/lifestyle/shortcuts/2017/May. At one point, the real Lavigne is said to have died, so the record company replaced her with Melissa full-time. Proof has included Lavigne's red carpet shots, where Lavigne wears trousers and Melissa prefers dresses and skirts. This is hardcore fucking evidence right here, AJ, if I ever heard it. And supposed differences between the facial features of pre-2003 Lavigne and the current incarnation. Theorists also believe Melissa has left clues in songs such as Slipped Away, in which she sings, "The day you slipped away was the day I found it wouldn't be the same." There was even a publicity shot in which Lavigne had Melissa written on her hand. Spooky.
I need a body double. I'm calling Tim Pool because everybody says we look alike because we both wear a beanie. I think that's the only correlation, but
I think the big question is, as we were talking about in voice chat before the show, this isn't Paul McCartney, man. This isn't the fucking Beatles. Like, if Avril Lavigne died, I think the world would be okay. Like, no offense to Avril Lavigne or anything like that, or to her fans, but come on. It's like we're not all gonna run out and jump off a bridge because we just can't handle the fact that Avril Lavigne is no longer with us. Come on, man. Have some faith.
There'd be like 3 people.
Okay.
Maybe.
The
world's fucking crazy, man.
An acceptable loss. That's what we call an acceptable loss, AJ.
Have you seen what people believe these days?
Yeah, dude. My favorite documentary is called Behind the Curve. It's all about flat earthers, and it's my favorite thing ever.
Oh God!
All right, dude. We gotta fucking start this show.
We'll see you next week, folks.
Bye. This is PSVR GamesCast Live. We film live every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on YouTube. Live, 6 p.m. Eastern. We do it live for your oral pleasure. We also do it for your oral pleasure on podcast services of your choice, thanks to Jamia, who uploads this all over the place. Worldwide podcast services that I've never heard of. Tornado is doing her absolute best to shut down the stream before it even starts. Haven't seen her all day, and now she's all up in my shit. Also, don't forget, click the link in the description below, join our Discord, subscribe to AJ over at PSVR Underground, and explore the wild, wonderful world of Without Parole by clicking, all sorts of crazy links down there. I have no idea where they'll take you. I haven't tested any of them.
I was so excited. Yeah. You almost nailed that delivery.
Yeah. Almost. That's going to be the name of my autobiography, AJ. Almost nailed it. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, my name is Brian Paul from this channel right here, PSVR Without Parole. The gentleman over here to my right, Tim Pool himself, man. It's from the Underground, PSVR Underground. Who's Tim Pool?
Right. Hi, guys.
Who the fuck is Tim Pool?
I have no idea.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought I was going to be alone in this.
No, I don't look into anything. I just okay, cool.
Tim Pool. All right, now we have to Google Tim Pool. This is craziness. Jacob Zenner, you're not allowed to ask any questions. I'm sorry, because you said you were bored already, so you may leave. AJ, what's going on?
He's like me in that he's a YouTuber that wears a beanie, except the big difference is he's actually famous or something, I think. Okay.
So are you his body double? I think that's more likely. They're going to sub you in for him.
I want to be a stunt double. Let me be a stunt double somewhere. Who could I be a stunt double for?
Tim Pool, apparently.
Does he do stunts?
AJ, what's going on over on your channel? I saw that you were playing some Ultra Wings too. What's happening with all that?
I'm back, man. It took me like a fucking month to get the Quest working, but I've been wanting to for a long time. I said I was going to be previewing some upcoming PSVR2 games that are currently playable on the Quest 2, and I want to get a head start on a lot of these. And yesterday, I finally got the setup working, and I was really excited about it. And I streamed some Runner and Ultra Wings 2. So yeah, if you're interested in either of those, or just hearing my thoughts or seeing some gameplay, go check it out. I'm a big fan of Runner, man. I really, really love that game. I like Ultra Wings a lot too. But there's been of all the games I've played, there's been a couple standouts, and yeah, it's been a good old time. I'm glad to be doing stuff again on the channel and just gearing up for just waiting, man, because the wait has been
The hardest part?
Yes, waiting is the hardest part. I don't remember how that song goes.
You didn't have to tell us.
Just really, really excited, man.
Nice.
Really, really excited.
All right, man. Well, we're kicking this off with a couple tips. First from Josh Cat with a $2 tip. He says Jamie Feltham did not get his email. That is all. It seems like everyone at Upload VR didn't get their email, and it's almost as if Sony was paying attention, going, these fuckers didn't like PSVR ever. So, and their coverage so far of PSVR2 has been abysmal. I mean, it's purely coincidental, but I do like to think it's kind of funny a little bit. Jamie out with the $2 tip says, will you guys get PSVR 2 or it just went off the screen. Hold on. Or are you undecided? So I think the bigger question, Jay, obviously we're all getting PSVR 2. I know you're joking. But the bigger question is, are we getting the Horizon bundle, or are we going to get the standard bundle with just the headset and controllers and stuff? What's your take on that, AJ? Which one are you going to get?
I'm getting the standard bundle because the Horizon bundle, the only difference really, I think, is just the box art has like Horizon stuff on it, and then it's a digital voucher. So there's no like incentive. There's not enough incentives for me to buy the bundle. I'll just buy the game separately if I have to. And I like the way I like how clean and just how clean the basic bundle looks. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out. Obviously it would be insane if I got a review headset from Sony, but getting review games from Sony, they've sent me like Astrobot and Everybody's Golf and stuff like that prior. So I don't know if I have enough of a relationship with them still after all the leaks to still get review keys for games. So I think I'm going to play it safe, because you can easily just buy Call of the Mountain digitally on the store. The question is how much more is it going to be? Are we saving any money by getting the bundle, or is Horizon literally just a $50 game and that is it?
It is absolutely going to be a $50 game. Mark my words.
Your words have been marked. Grizzly Bear King with the $10 tip says, I came here looking for the best. We're just hours away from PSVR2 preorders / Among Us VR podcast on YouTube, and that's exactly what I found. Happy PSVR2 pre-order eve.
Grizzly Bear King, he really knows how to use YouTube well. I mean, whenever he's got his eyes set on something, he finds it. And it always happens to be here. It's crazy. What a coincidence.
It does seem like we are always streaming the thing he wants to see, which is perfect. Thank you very much, Grizzly Bear King. We love you. And we've got Looper the Underground Gamecat with the €5 says, I'm buying Horizon separately to have it downloaded by the time my PSVR 2 arrives. That's a good
time efficiency. That's interesting.
It's an excellent idea.
To save the minutes. Precious minutes, Brian. Precious minutes.
Yeah, dude. I am stressed out thinking about the launch, only because, we're getting, as far as we know, we're getting our headsets with everybody else. We're going to be scrambling to get reviews for launch games out there day one, doing live streams, figuring this shit out. I've already got a live stream planned for launch day. It's already set up and ready to go on the channel. So really good stuff, but also stressful as hell. Like, I just kind of want to sleep between now and then to rest up, because I'm gonna fucking need the energy. It'd be nutso. All right, man. Well, listen, it is Monday, and every time we have you on the show, AJ, we like to, obviously, we thank the people who support us on Patreon and the people who donate during the show, like all these wonderful people just did who got their tips read. But there's also a whole other group of people we want to thank every single Monday. Isn't there, AJ?
That's all right, Brian.
How do I mute
We would
you?
like to thank those. We would like to thank those who support us in another way by changing their name to something GameCat related, or something GameCat adjacent, as you and something GameCat adjacent like to say. And this week we have 4 new GameCats to welcome to the GameCat Dojo. I just noticed, man. First of all, let me just say, there's been a lot of GameCat name changes. And I fucking love y'all for it. So let's go ahead and kick things off with Heavy Metal GameCat.
Bing! I put this one first because it's so right up your alley. While you still had energy, I needed you to be enthusiastic about this. This GameCat is after your own heart.
Yes, I love you, Heavy Metal GameCat. Can we be friends? Please be my friend. We've also got Ben Fussy GameCat.
He's got the comic book guy profile pic. It's pretty awesome. I love it. Also, Fussy, whenever somebody's last name sounds like a real word, I always try to stray away from the real word, thinking that's probably wrong, but it's usually right. So probably Ben Fussy.
We've also got Spooky Hootie, but Here They Lie, and Golem GameCat.
Bing!
Giving some games some love. I love it.
Nice. Oh, I mean, I love that we're carrying on the Halloween season into November. Then Halloween season should last all year long, man. So, well done, Spooky Hootie. Also,
great game.
Yeah. Also, tell us. I want to know what you think of Golem. I always put Golem up there in like the top 10, 15 PSVR games ever made. I think it's such a cool, unique experience. And I love that AJ doesn't like it, and he always shits on me for giving it love. He's like, how dare you?
Of all the games,
how dare you?
I think Golem is great. It just has a really bad control scheme.
Also true, yeah.
Kind of thing. Or you use 2 controllers. Use one DualShock in one hand and a Move controller in the other hand, and I'm just...
Well, except on PS4, you can use the nav controller, which is really much more comfortable.
Finally, last but certainly not least, we've got Serial Killer, the Fan Stash Tick GameCat.
Bing! This is Serial Killer reminding us to support the Mowvember Foundation, support promoting men's health issue awareness. God, I should have written this down. And also suicide prevention. We've got a GameCat team so if you want to support the Mowvember Foundation as a GameCat, click one of the links in the description below. We've got a link for the U.S. and we've got a link for outside the U.S. Join the team. Join the team even if you're not going to give. So just so it looks like the GameCats are doing something.
Awesome Tatum says Golem is cool. 7 out of 10. All you are is history. Says Golem was okay. Think you're overhyping it a little.
You are cherry picking the fuck out of these comments. I'm gonna look and find all the comments that support my viewpoint on this. Genetic Blasphemy, the Chrome Colossus cat with a $2 tip in the chat. It says many more people pre-ordered PlayStation 5 and it was smooth. Was it? Have people just been able to get PlayStation 5s for the last 2 years? I don't know how smooth it really was. Guys, please, if you're a loyal follower, a loyal viewer of Without Parole, and you want to show support and show us that you love us almost as much as we love you, change your name to GameCat in Google and YouTube, and then put hashtag GameCat somewhere in the comments below so we can give you a shout out on next Monday's show. Thank you so much. We appreciate the love. Let's get Jamie out in the chat with the tip. $2 tip. Wanderer/Zenith snubbed for Game of the Year VR category. We might as well use this as our segue, AJ. We can get back to our first news story. We'll go right to our second news story about the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley's annual event, which goes on far too long. Usually a good place for game reveals, though. We're expecting some VR game reveals this year, folks. Keep a close eye on the Game Awards. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But here we are in November, and they put up the nominees. And so let's bring up the screen for best. This probably isn't it. the best AR and VR games. This is probably it. This is it. AJ, the nominees are Among Us VR, After the Fall, Something That I Can't See.
Bone Lab?
Yeah, here, let me scroll down. Oh, it is Bone Lab. Yep. Bone Lab, Moss Book 2, and Red Matter 2. What do you think of this lineup? Do you think that some titles get snubbed? Do you think these are the best VR games that came out in the last year? What's going on?
Well, it's hard to say because I haven't played Red Matter 2 or Bone Lab. And as for the other three, I mean, I definitely feel like some games got snubbed, but you know, it's as to be expected. It's sometimes these award shows just turn into popularity contests and things like that. It's turning into everything it was gonna eventually turn into, where just the but who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I think I definitely agree with Jay here that Wanderer is one of the most incredible games I've ever played. Period.
7 out of 10, AJ. 7 out of 10. The chat agrees with me. I'm just kidding. It's a fantastic game. You should play Wanderer.
Yeah, Wanderer is amazing. Hope to see that get a remake on PSVR2 because it really deserves it. That was in our last debate. That was a top 5 game. And then Zenith. Zenith is definitely like kind of a niche crowd, but it's also kind of a big crowd too. I mean, it is the like biggest and kind of the first. I know there was another one called like Orbital or something, but to me, in my eyes, because I don't know any better, Zenith is like the first big MMO action RPG in VR and is fantastic. But Zenith, yeah, maybe here or there, but Wanderer absolutely should have been in the discussion if we're being realistic here for people that actually play VR.
I agree. I think Wanderer absolutely. I think outclasses a majority of these games. I do think, a little bit of a popularity contest. It should be about what the best games are, not what the best selling games are. This is a time for games to get some recognition that maybe didn't get recognition critically. Not critically, but sales-wise at least. A lot of times the critical indie darlings and shit don't sell all that well. But my first thought, AJ, when I'm looking at this list of games, which is a solid list of games, right? But it just reeks of 6 years of stagnating, right? 6 years of like the same stuff. It's like, yeah, Moss is great, but it's Moss Book 2 and it's the same old stuff. Bone Lab's fine, right? But it's like, there was a lot of pushback on that game, being like, this isn't terribly good. It's again another physics simulator. Among Us sets a great stage for a game, but it's all up to the players to make it fun. And then of course we've had our own issues with After the Fall, which we don't need to go back into yet another episode. So it just kind of reeks of a little bit of mediocrity. Even Red Matter 2, which is a fantastic game. I look at this and I go, what's going to happen next year, AJ? Are we going to look at this list of games that are up for nominations next year and see Resident Evil Village, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Gran Turismo
Probably.
7? Are we going to see just like a slew of PSVR 2 games that are like that finally like pull us out of this stagnant fucking hell we've been in for 6 years? Yes, these are great games, but they
say 6 years, but I'd say like 2 or 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just like the needle hasn't moved for 6 years is what I'm saying, right? It's like when PSVR came out and things never got better after that. The game libraries never got better after that. It's not like Quest 2 came out and suddenly we had like this fucking amazing new game library. Like we're still these are exactly the expected things you would expect to see in a VR AR category, and I can't wait for next year to hopefully see some console quality shit getting nominated and getting recognized, and then letting people know that VR has evolved and moved past what they think of VR, right? The mainstream needs to know that things are changing.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to look at this and be like, oh. But yeah, just give it time, man. Give it time. We're almost there. And I do think next year will be, and everyone says, is going to be 80% PSVR 2 titles, probably.
Yeah, but let's hope so.
I mean, right off the bat, like you said, I mean, you said Resident Evil. I would bet money that Resident Evil Village and Horizon Call of the Mountain will be nominated next year. I will absolutely bet money on that. Doesn't even matter what else arrives; those will be there.
Burke Daniels with a $5 tip in the chat says, where are the fucking, he swears very loudly, he's angry, he's saying, God damn it, AJ, where are the fucking hybrid games? Third parties not bite, why holding back Gran Turismo? Seems it was designed around VRAF, sitting with cafe with menus, etc. Dude, this is, everything we've seen so far has been blog posts, right? I really think there was so much pre-order information to get out there. I had to put out a whole 4.5-minute video last night. It still didn't answer all the pre-order information, right? Because it's just so confusing. There's all like the PlayStation. If it wasn't done in a PlayStation blog post, there's no way somebody on stage could have been like, and here's how everything works, because it's just a fucking messy pre-order situation depending on your region. Did you ask for an invite? Did you get an invite? Like, what happens outside those regions that allow for invites? What happens inside the regions that allow for invites if you don't get an invite? It's just messy, and they have to. So far, I think they've been doing a lot of this. The price is $550. We're not sure how you're going to react to that. Here's a lot of messy pre-order information. We're not sure how you're going to react to that. Here's a lot of Quest ports. Here's here's some titles that are also playable on PSVR 1. We're not sure how you're going to react to that. Let's do that PlayStation blog style. Sony comes out and does any kind of presentation in video format. That's when they start showing things like Gran Turismo 7. Why are they holding it back? Because I think they know they're going to sell out of the pre-orders for PSVR 2 headsets anyway. That video is for people who are still on the fence, and then, generate some more hype leading up to launch.
I think that is probably the biggest, is not having an official Gran Turismo 7 announcement. I mean, we know that they've been tinkering with it in VR, for years now. They've mentioned it kind of behind closed doors and stuff, or not even behind closed doors, in public articles. They've talked about, PS5 and the way Gran Turismo is going to be affected with see the biggest generational leap through VR via the PS5. So we know that they're doing it, and I was 110% sure that was going to be a launch title and an easy killer app. I mean, they could have just said Gran Turismo, and PSVR would be really, really in a good place already. And but I think it'll still come. He's asking where are the hybrid titles. I think it takes time. I think you just got to give it more time to expect. I don't think at some point, I think I stopped expecting 20 AAA games at launch, everything going to be a hybrid. I think that's a little unrealistic. But there's still time. There's still time to hear more. But right now where I stand is kind of I expect the majority of what we've seen is what to expect around launch, is what I'm hoping anyways.
Right.
And then even then, a little bit of 2020.
Even then, we haven't even seen the full launch lineup. Sony has said publicly, "Hey, stay tuned. Keep an eye on the PlayStation vlog. We still haven't announced the full lineup for PSVR 2." So anyone out there who's saying, "Hey, I'm really disappointed with the launch lineup," I'm like, "Well, what's the launch lineup?" I don't even fucking know the full launch lineup. And for me, it's hard not to be excited about Call of the Mountain. It's hard not to be excited about Village, Switchback. I mean, those three titles alone, forget about all the extra stuff, are enough for me to be excited about PSVR 2 and need a pre-order.
The launch. Yeah. Right. That's exciting for the launch alone for me. But I do think what's going to be even more exciting is after we get past launch. Yes. And we start getting, hey, this is coming, late 2023. This is coming 2024, and so on and so on. They've said their marketing is officially started, but we haven't seen the beginning even of the big, showcase style stuff and big AAA hybrids that we're waiting for. But they will come. They will come. They will.
Yeah.
No console, no headset ever has its best content at launch. I mean, ever. Not that I could think of. I mean, I don't know any other.
Did it ever get better than Mario 64?
Damn you, man.
I mean,
and you're stupid, useless, but no.
It is useless knowledge, that's for sure. I mean, GoldenEye was pretty slick, I guess, but I don't know if it's better than Mario 64.
I think there's definitely an argument there, but we could spend a whole day arguing about this. But
dude, Fantavision, it never got better than Fantavision on PS2. Yeah, I know. That was a weird one. Okay, we got a bunch of other tips, and we have a lot to talk about. So let's get through these. Imzadi with the Australian $3 says pre-orders open in Australia right now, folks. EB. So if you have an EB Games and you're in Australia, go pre-order now. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to.
Go Australia, go!
Right? Yeah, this is going to be really interesting because with the time zones and the fact that a lot of retailers are outside of the 7 territories that were listed in the PlayStation blog, it's on retailers. So in Canada and Australia and most of Europe, you just have to go to your normal retailer or call them or go online and do your normal thing. And I heard actually, I think Amazon Australia, pretty sure, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I think are going to open their PSVR2 pre-orders 7 p.m. tonight, 7 p.m. our time, AJ. So if you're an Amazon consumer in Australia, have your tab open. I'm just curious to see how fast they sell out, or if they don't sell out at all. Like how this could be. We're all very excited for it, and we're all very nervous because of the PlayStation 5 situation. Which, by the way, Genetic Blasphemy, the Chrome Colossus with the $2 tip says yes, Brian. PS5 pre-orders were easy peasy. So thanks for the correction. Yeah, pre-orders were fine. It was just the chaos after. So just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Pre-orders are opening all over the place shortly. We've also got Stike Gamer, the VRAF Gamecat with the €5. Wanderer is clearly the game of the year for me. Happy pre-order. Happy pre-order eve to you, Stike.
Yeah, Wanderer is my game of the year for sure.
Josh Cat with the $2 tip says, how do we bug Highwire for Golem to come out on PSVR 2? Oh, man. I can't.
Don't even bother.
I can't imagine that game sold terribly well. But
it didn't. It sold like shit.
But you know what a great way to recoup your losses. What a great way to be like, hey, we made this whole fucking game and a lot of people liked it. And so let's just bring it over to PSVR 2 and just up-res the visuals and add the haptic feedback and everything else. And give people what they wanted in the first place, which was a decent control scheme using 2 Sense controllers. Amazing. Analog sticks, the whole deal. Dude, I would fucking love Golem. I would play through that shit again on PSVR 2 for sure.
I think it wouldn't. I think it would fail again. Personally,
maybe. But
yeah.
But but how much money are you going to spend to give it another shot, right? Are you going to spend enough money to actually take a loss? Doubtful, right? You can just probably have some port studio take care of it for you.
VR Monkey.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've actually been talking to a bunch of different developers regarding some PSVR 1 games. I'm trying to be the middleman for some people and get some PSVR 1 games ported over to PSVR 2. So very interesting conversations happening behind the scenes here. I don't know how I took on this role, but I'm really enjoying it. Gotta say,
we definitely need to, because there's a lot of games. Obviously, there's a huge library. I mean, everybody says that it's kind of unanimous, I would say, that PSVR has the best VR library selection. And there's the only, when people were upset about no backwards compatibility, the best thing you can do to counter that is to have remasters, which we know Sony has planned, but to what extent? I mean, they certainly need to show us more. We have like a handful of remasters right now that have been announced. I mean, there's like After the Fall, Zenith, No Man's Sky. There's a couple. I mean, these are all great games and everything, but we definitely need more. There's a lot missing, and it will be interesting to see if some of these first party titles end up joining the launch mix as remasters or not. Yeah,
I really hope so. I think it would be a shame to not have things like Astrobot Rescue Mission and Blood and Truth, and just the games that people absolutely loved on PSVR 1 that kind of gave PSVR 1 its identity. I would love to see, dude, We better see Rush of Blood, man. We better see Rush of Blood. It's not even fucking playable, really, on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of happy with Switchback VR right now. I mean,
but it's a whole separate game.
It is a separate game. I'm not saying I wouldn't want Rush of Blood. I absolutely do want it remastered, and it should be. But I'm satisfied right now with Switchback VR, and I'm really excited about that. I mean, you know, I've told people a million times, like, I love light gun games. I love House of the Dead. I'm sure a lot of you do too. If you love House of the Dead, or I see people all the time saying like mentioning Carnival. I don't know how Carnival was ever so popular. Like, I thought I was the only person that ever played that. But yeah, it's like this series is the continuation of that, and it's 10 times better. I mean, I've played the House of the Dead remake, and I would definitely say Rush of Blood is better, with like no hesitation.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with that statement, which is pretty crazy because I love House of the Dead.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
Okay, we got a couple more tips here. Let's make sure that we don't skip anybody. I'm doing my absolute best here. Don't let me skip anybody. Serial Killer, the Fantastic Gamecat, ran with $2 tip, says, will there be a Without Parole award show this year? No, there absolutely will not be. There's not. I mean, we struggled last year, and there were actually titles to talk about last year. This year, there's like, you know, a couple games that deserve some recognition, and that's it. Like, really, Zenith and Wanderer. Can't think of too many.
Next year, though, we'll see what happens next year.
Dude, next year is going to be insane. We're absolutely doing an award show next year, And I think the thing that people always look forward to regarding award shows isn't so much like, oh, which game's going to win each category. It's the stuff between awards, and that even holds true for like Jeff Keighley's stuff, right? It's like we don't really care about the awards. No one cares about the awards. It's about the reveals.
Watch the awards for yes.
Yeah, and so
watch it for the reveals.
Yeah, and so I'm pretty sure that we're going to have some pretty awesome reveals. I mean, it won't even have to wait until the award show next year, where I think we're going to have some reveals potentially even this year on Without Parole. So stay tuned. There's going to be some good stuff coming your way. But definitely reveals next year as well. Dead Ringer, the Gamecat with the $2 tip, says, will we finally get free PS Plus games every month? A free PS Plus game every month.
I'm sure we'll get a couple here and there. I mean, we got it for PSVR 1. Why not for PSVR 2?
Yeah. It would be nice. Yeah, you got to wonder. I think the thing Miles and I keep saying is that there should be a Plus collection, right? A PSVR 1 Plus collection for PSVR 2, upgraded visuals, the whole thing, free games if you subscribe to Plus. I mean, maybe a better way of doing it is dole them out slowly, right? And be like, hey, this month we've remastered Astrobot, and if you're a Plus member, you get it for free. And then 2 months later, hey, we remastered Blood and Truth. If you're a Plus member, you get it for free. And so it's sort of like speckle in these PSVR 1 games. But I don't know. It's a good question, Dead Ringer. Hopefully there'll be enough content that it's not an issue. We got Gatorade 23 with a $10 tip. Says, just a reminder to the cats to check their emails. I received my invite this morning, to my surprise. Dude, so many invites went out this morning.
Yes, it was so great to see. I got so many DMs saying, I got my invite. I saw so many people on Twitter, in the Discord, everywhere. It warmed my heart to see so many people finally get their invites, and I'm really excited. Congrats if you did. If you didn't, hang in there. You will probably get something eventually, I promise. Yeah, it's great, man. It's awesome because it really seemed like only what was the poll that you ran originally? Like 20% got the invite originally. So I figured give it a little bit more time, give it closer to the date, and things will start to open up a little bit. So it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, it's been I know it's been stressful for a lot of people. I know that especially when I think AJ and I both got our emails on the second, like day one, right when this all first went down, and so to hear people like us say, "Oh yeah, we've got our invite," and then days later, other people saying they got their invites, you're constantly wondering, did you miss the window? Like if you didn't get it yet, are you just not going to get it? And so we don't know. At this point, we were 24 hours before pre-orders go live. People are getting their invites. In fact, most people seem to be getting their invites. So, Yeah. So
Well, you were
don't
wondering
worry.
kind of how well it was going to do, how fast it's going to sell with these pre-orders, and I can tell you that I have a couple friends that they signed up for it really late and they have not gotten one yet. So there's still a lot of demand and a long list to sign up. So make sure you sign up if you haven't yet.
Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't signed up, then I mean, like,
The sooner the better.
doing yourself a huge disservice. At least make sure that you have the option if you want it. Yeah. So the original poll from a week ago said only 20% of the people who have signed up said that they had gotten their confirmation link, and then as of today, that's over. It's been over double. We got 54.1% of people. You know, in again our small corner of the world, but just in our small corner of the world, you've seen huge changes. Yes, people in the chat, anyone who's asking about Miles or Wes, they got their invitations this morning. To their delight. I know that Wes and Miles were both stressing out about it, so very happy that they're taken care of now. So vote, go, and if you haven't voted in the poll yet, let's make this thing as accurate as possible. Please go over to my Twitter profile, to my Twitter feed, and go vote on that.
He learns.
What?
One of us.
I mean, I don't even know if it's really me.
Proud of you.
I don't even know if it's really me
Brian.
at Parole PSVR.
You finally learned how to plug your Twitter.
I have no idea. I have no idea if that's really me. That could be an imitator, man. There's no check mark, so who do you believe?
Well, what you can do is you can go to PSVR Underground at PSVR Underground, and then go to their following list, and then you can just go to find Parole games from there.
Well, you certainly can't find AJ by looking at my following list, because there's no way in hell I follow AJ. God, that dude's annoying.
Don't lie to them. They see through your lies.
I don't know about that. I get accused of all sorts of weird shit every day. All right. What, dude? Yeah. So what else is going on with this pre-order information? It's been awesome to see. I mean, it was a swarm of cats. That's an interesting visual. Swarm of cats in Discord today saying they got theirs. Twitter. It was all over Twitter. But there was an interesting development, I think, though, when our initial email said 10 a.m. Eastern time is when the event starts, and then some people are getting their emails saying 11 a.m. Eastern, and so there does seem to be like a division, different waves that these are things and growing out with. So post in the chat what time your pre-orders go live, because I want to see like exactly how many different waves there seem to be. If everyone can put it in Eastern time, that would be amazing.
It's going to be going on and on and on until launch, probably.
I mean, I hope so, right? I hope so, because that's always been the confusing part. People don't know, and I don't know, and so anyone who claims they do know doesn't know that you can just go to PlayStation.com tomorrow, direct.playstation.com, and order a PSVR2 headset. The only thing the link does is confirm that you're getting one. But that's not true, because we don't know if you can just go to PlayStation.com tomorrow and try to buy one. And just because you have an email doesn't mean you're guaranteed one. It says very clearly that supplies are limited, and it says while supplies last. So if anybody who's like, oh, I'm gonna wait till the end of the day when fewer people are trying to pre-order, or I'm gonna wait till tomorrow or the day after, I wouldn't. I would just get in there, get it taken care of, and then we can all move on safe and secure. Oh, what do we got here? Looks like 10 a.m.
Most people saying 11 a.m.
So 10 a.m. UK time. Right, so 10 a.m. GMT, and so that's a whole different. That's like 6 hours or 5 hours after us. Yeah. There really are a bunch of different waves going out, and I'm assuming that's just to ensure that they don't crash the site, right?
Yeah, and I think this will be. I think if you're gonna get, I mean, I agree that if you really really want one, you just get it as soon as you can. Join the invite once the time is ready, and then. But I do think this is kind of like that PS Direct thing where they will be. I think we'll see it come and go, where it'll just pop up one day randomly and be like, oh, there's more pre-orders for PSVR 2, and there's like a queue that you can jump into. You got to get into it fast. I think we'll continue to see some of those as well.
Oh, all you are is history. clarifies. Yeah, 10 a.m. UK is 5 hours before me. So anyone who's got pre-orders going live 10 a.m. UK time, seems like they might actually be first in line to get these things. Nice, I love it. Thank you, everybody. Please don't ask me to do math when we're live. I know how this shit works.
Well, it's gonna be interesting, man, because good.
I got nothing. I was about to end the show. I was like, let's wait 20 questions. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I know we got to talk about some Among Us. So maybe we could knock that out real quick. I don't know. It seems like such a weird change of pace, but
no, it's fine. It's fine. Listen, just to kind of close out this pre-order conversation. Again, if you haven't gotten your link, if you're outside the regions that PlayStation Direct even caters to, I wouldn't just throw up your hands and be like, fuck this. Like, give it a shot. It sounds like it's might be easy to get a headset tomorrow or today, depending on where you are. In Australia, right now, go right now. What are you doing watching this? Go get your headset. But also, if you're having trouble, or if you just want to hang out and help other people get their headset, then please don't forget that you can join our Discord. Click the link in the description below. We're gonna have people. We've got. I had somebody comment on the pre-order video yesterday asking what's going on in Canada. And I was like, I don't fucking know what's going on in Canada. Like, I really don't. But, we got Rypop, our Canadian GameCat mod, and he's going to be doing his best to look around. I'm going to be looking around. I'm going to be, luckily Amazon makes it super easy to just change your location, change the territory you want to shop in. And so you can actually just on your browser, on your Amazon browser, click whatever country you want to investigate, and so I'll be doing that, trying to find links, and of course, sharing any other links that come up. So we're going to try to help each other out, and hopefully nobody gets left out in the cold.
Well, we've got some more to talk about, considering some stuff going on tomorrow. So I don't know if you want to talk about that, what's going to be going down tomorrow, or want to get into Among Us.
I don't think we've decided what's going on tomorrow.
Well.
Are you talking about the potential stream?
Well, no. I'm talking about the teaser from Fire Sprite Games. We're gonna keep this PSVR2 train going, baby. We'll wrap up with our Among Us thoughts, but it's time to keep that PSVR2 hype going, baby. Because Gorilla has tweeted out earlier. They said, ready to step into the world of Horizon. Keep your eyes on our channels this week for more news regarding Horizon Call of the Mountain, the upcoming VR adventure from Gorilla and Fire Sprite Games. So do you think, Brian, that we are going to get a little bit more announcements, even if it's just via Twitter, PlayStation blogs? What do you think is going down tomorrow besides the pre-orders going live? Do you think there's going to be some other announcements, some more news info with it?
Not going to lie, AJ. I want them to shut up about Horizon Call of the Mountain. Right? We got the tease. It was like one of the first. It was the first party PlayStation VR2 game that we saw. We were like, this looks amazing. Oh my god! They showed off gameplay of a game and okay, great. Then they showed off a much longer trailer, and then and then this was one of the demos that they handed out to all the people who went hands on with it recently. And we've gotten a lot of information about this game, and I think the people who are gonna be sold are sold already. I don't want to know more. So I'm kind of okay not hearing more about Horizon Call of the Mountain. The question for me is whether this announcement is part of a larger announcement. Is this going to be part of, could they potentially do, people have been asking, like, are they going to do a state of play or some kind of PlayStation VR2 event, something that will, get people off the fence who weren't ready to pre-order. I've heard people out there say, I'm not convinced yet that I need to get a PSVR 2. And I think a state of play, revealing the launch lineup, a little bit more Horizon for the people who want that, and a few stellar titles like Gran Turismo 7 would get people off of that fence. So I'm hoping that this is what that's referring to, rather than, oh, hey, here at Gorilla, we're going to show off 5 more minutes of gameplay.
Well, the one thing that is on my mind is that they haven't even officially said that it is a launch title, have they? Like, we know it's a launch title, but they haven't officially said it's going to be a launch title February 22nd, 2023.
I mean,
and I feel
you
like
don't
there
think
should
the fact it's packed in the box with the bundle is enough evidence?
I guess, but why didn't they ever say it though? Like why? How come the only place we heard it was some like random YouTuber that was in interviewing Herman Holston French? Like what? I don't know. It's just, is there no? I don't know. It just seems like a formal thing to do. It seems like I get a little iffy about sometimes thinking that something is it's like Resident Evil Village. It's like, yes, I 100% expect it to be a launch title, but they haven't officially said it yet, and it puts my mind at ease when I hear that a little bit. So yeah, I agree with you that I don't want to hear tons more info on Horizon Call of the Mountain. We've already got that, but can we just back up a little bit and just get like our full launch lineup and a couple just common courtesy information that would be nice to know for us that are waiting, something to get even more excited about as we're pre-ordering.
Yeah,
it'd be nice.
Not that the PlayStation Store has ever done anything well, but at least games like Switchback have the February 22nd release date on the store page. I just went to the Horizon Call of the Mountain store page. It says price and release date to be announced. Like, come on, guys, we fucking know. Why don't you just say it?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a very good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good question.
So I'll be interested to see what other info they give. Hopefully it's something pertaining to that. Like just confirm it's a launch title. I get that. I mean, what if that bundle? What if you're wrong and that bundle is coming later? No, I know.
God. Right.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right though. If there's a bundle ready to pre-order for launch and it's Horizon, then yeah, that's pretty good confirmation right there.
All right, let's take care of our Australian cats real quick here. The Gamecat Cowboy Dan, who who is an Australian cat, tips. That was coincidental. Australian dollar, no comment. Thank you very much, Cowboy Dan. MRI Gamer, the $5 tip, says, per Discord, looks like at least some stores' pre-orders are live in Australia. And then we have Wind in the chat saying, I pre-ordered PSVR2 like an hour ago in Australia with JB Hi-Fi, and I can pick it up 1 day earlier than Americans. You're hired. You're hired. We're going to do some...
I'll pack my bags.
Right? We're going to do
I'm no longer needed.
24-hour pre-launch live stream, courtesy of Wind. So guys, again, if you're in Australia and you need to pre-order, either go JB Hi-Fi, check out Amazon, go to Discord. I'm sure we've got some links up there as we speak. So good stuff.
MJ
man.
Carpenter
It begins.
says he thinks it's going to be sold out for months. He says there is no need to overly market PSVR 2 because it will be sold out for months anyway. Why frustrate additional customers? It's possible. I hope that's the case. Right. I hope that is the case, MJ Carpenter.
Sony did say at one point, they're like, we're going to have 2 million ready for launch, but they don't foresee manufacturing more to be a problem. So if they do sell out of all of these, well then, yeah, what's the point of doing like a state of play before, like, you could do it like February 1st or something, right? And be like, we sold out of every single PSVR 2 headset we had, and now we've got another million coming into stores. And so here's our state of play. Here's our PSVR 2 showcase for anyone who wasn't convinced. I don't think they're going to wait that long, but Wind follows it up. It says on the JB Hi-Fi page, it says it's selling fast. There's a lot of people in the comments. I've been keeping a close eye on the comments over the last 24 hours, especially since I put up my pre-order video. There's people out there who said, don't pre-order. There's no reason to, whatever. And there's going to be plenty available at launch.
Oh, don't listen to them.
Why would you take the risk? Like, if you want it at launch, if you're already...
These are the same people that got screwed over on the PS5.
Right, yeah. I don't want to hear these people complaining that they can't get one.
I'll wait a couple months. It'll be fine. And then 2 years later, I still don't have a PS5.
Right. Fact is if you want one at launch, what's the harm in pre-ordering? Like, if you're going to buy one on launch day anyway, I mean, put your mind at ease, man. You just buy it and be done with it. But that's, again, not telling anybody what to do, just saying, buyer beware. You've been screwed before, and don't get screwed again. That's all. Yeah. Jacob Zenner in the chat. Let us know how it goes walking into Best Buy on launch day and picking one up. Really hope you're able to. I just would hate to rely on that. Genetic Blasphemy, the Chrome Colossus with the $2 tip says, do we expect any pre-order numbers? I'm assuming he means like from Sony themselves, right? Like Sony going to announce how many PSVR headsets they're selling?
I don't think so. They will, that's what I love. One thing that's really nice is Sony does typically share numbers. I think especially if something does well, as far as I know, they're the only headset that has like confirmed that they broke the 5 million mark. I mean, people talk about the Quest 2, but that's never actually been confirmed. That's been all by like they've manufactured this many. So yeah, I love that they actually give numbers. I don't think they'd give numbers this soon, but we should be able to tell by certain things like retailers, if it's the top selling thing on Amazon or something like that. Amazon will kind of tell you some stuff. And then, but it'll be a while. If it sells like hotcakes and really is like out everywhere, like they will, without a doubt, come out and be like, we sold our first 2 million. I mean, they will definitely talk about that. But other than that, I would expect to hear something around the earnings meetings in like March of 20. Well, maybe in March. Well, no, that's too soon. It'd be March of 2024, probably.
Yeah, dude. So Sony was, they were very good. Every time they crossed another million sold for PSVR 1, they actually did announce that. It seemed like they were, despite the fact that it was to the average consumer, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million PSVR headsets looked like a low number. For VR, it was really good at the time. And as far as Quest goes, there's only been analyst reports saying, oh, they've sold 10 million units, they've sold 15 million units, but like a lot of that seemed to not be sell through. It seemed to be the ship to store numbers. And if you go to any store, there's like 10 Quest 2 sitting on a store, multiply that times a couple hundred thousand retail stores that are out there, not to mention the huge amount of stocks that online retailers have. And you could easily, be sitting sub 10 million. But this is different, right? This is a more expensive headset. This is a premium headset. This is tied to the PlayStation 5. There's only 22 million PlayStation 5 owners out there right now. If they sell through all 2 million headsets that they'll have ready for launch, that means that's pretty damn close to a 10% attach rate, which is already better than PSVR 1 had. So we'll see how this goes. I'll put pizza bets out there. I'm expecting PSVR 2 to outsell PSVR 1 by the end of its first year. I think we'll hit 6 million headsets year one.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I hope so, but I don't know about that fast. I don't even know if they can manufacture them that fast. But.
Okay, 18 months. I'm quickly backing off of it. No, but I do think. Obviously, I think it's gonna hit that number really fast. And I also think that they're gonna sell so many PlayStation 5s this year as well. The manufacturing has increased exponentially with PlayStation 5s. Their figures are ridiculous on how many PlayStation 5s they think they're going to sell this year. Ridiculous. So I do think that. We'll be seeing that number hit 30 million sooner rather than later. Let's see. I got to get this out of the way. Victorious Unboxer in the chat said, scalpers are still activated. Best to pre-order. All you have to do is search on eBay and look for PlayStation VR 2. There's already somebody out there selling PlayStation VR 2 pre-order for $800. So keep that in mind. Our scalpers are already out there trying to get your money.
They'll definitely. You can never get rid of them completely, but the buying direct is one good way to kind of deter that. And I wonder if they're selling their email invite. We were kind of joking about that, but I wouldn't put it past a couple people out there, scumbags out there, to actually do something like that.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, I would assume because people have. I know that Rickus Rook out there had offered to transfer his pre-order to like Miles or West, somebody who'd need it, and I don't think that's possible because it's tied to your PSN account. So
to your PSN account.
So the scalpers would actually have to buy it, get it shipped to their house, and then ship it out. So you wouldn't even have it like launch day. This was a sad excuse. I'm sorry. I brought up Victorious Unboxer's comment only to ask: is that a reference to Victorious Boxers on PS2, the boxing game? Because Victorious Unboxer, it's got to be, right? It's got to be. I just had to ask. Let me know in the chat. Red Rover, the effing Gamecat. What's up, Joe Grover with the $10 tip? Says, I didn't pre-order PlayStation 5, and it took me a long time to get one, and it was super stressful trying to get it. Ain't no way I'm doing that again. Pre-ordering PSVR2 and avoiding therapy. LOL.
Who is this? Funky Sloth in the chat
Great
just
name.
said I do like it. Said AJ, check PlayStation YouTube, and I did. And we have an announcement trailer, Brian,
Here we go.
over on PlayStation for a brand new game from the people behind Swords of Gargantua that brought us. Swords of Gargantua.
Yep.
Sorry. They have officially announced Altair Breaker for PSVR2. You want to watch the trailer and react to it?
Yeah, let me get it down. Let me get it down here, man. Let me get it downloaded and I'll bring it over, and then we can watch it together.
Let me know when you hit play. Do a countdown, a 3, 2, 1, so I can watch it at the same time as you.
All right, I will. Well,
Mystery Science Theater, the 3000, the shit out of this.
Damn, it's PSVR Theater all over again. It's the good old days, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is downloading. Let me get over here. Get ready. Let me go full screen. Let's bring up a trailer here. That's not the trailer. Don't worry.
All ready for a new PlayStation VR game trailer? PlayStation VR 2.
I mean,
thank you, Funky Fluff.
It's already not super exciting because it comes from the Swords of Gargantua team. I love Swords of Gargantua. I don't want to say it, but they dropped support for that game so fucking fast that there's a little resentment in me that they're like, oh yeah, oh good, Victorious Boxer. It was a reference to Victorious Boxer. Nice. I'm so happy. All right, man, are you ready, AJ?
Dude, B Tribble is in the house, and he said, "Did someone say PSVR Theater?"
Doing God's work from a distance, man. It's like he's always there,
still doing God's work,
on standby, just in case theater comes back from the dead. I fucking love it.
All right, we ready?
On your mark,
3,
get Dez,
2,
go.
1, go. Nice piano music.
Third verse, same as the first. Sorry.
Does look kind of similar.
Yeah.
Now, the Swords of Gargantua, D-made for Quest 2.
My God.
What is that? Hang gliders? It looks a lot like Swords of Gargantua. Like a lot like.
It looks like Zenith minus the MMO stuff.
Oh, they've got a little bit of Neo going, or Nier going in there. With the little bullet hell.
Yeah, get the volume up really loud. Hopefully everyone can still hear us. Turn it down a little bit. Oh, Dan Kiefer says Fantasy Star. Yeah, okay.
Where's the vocals?
Where's my copyright claim? Nice.
PlayStation VR 2. Any date? Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. This is so. I mean, interesting enough. Totally expected. I think we also expect games like who makes Stride? Joyway. Joyway has like 3 other games that they made. I think one of them already failed. But whatever the other one is that they're still working on, we fully expect that to come to PSVR 2. I think we'll see an update for Stride. God, please, an update for Stride with full features on PSVR 2. This is just one of those games. Altair Breaker came out during that period where it's like it's no longer financially viable to make your game on PSVR 1, even though this looks like a PSVR 1 game, right? And so this not unexpected at all, but very happy to see that we're getting all of these games that have just been, kind of in limbo, waiting for PSVR 2 to get here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious if this game was supposed to be any good or not.
I think Shuhei said he liked it. And we always trust Shu.
I mean, most of the time, But Shuei's not talking about it on his own time. He said he liked it while he was standing right next to them. That doesn't count. That's a little bit different. If he's talking about stuff like Shuei talks about what's the puzzle game? What's the puzzle game?
Does it support the move controllers?
It does support the move controllers.
Has this developer made other PSVR
games? It's the photogrammetry game.
Oh, Puzzling Places.
Puzzling Places.
Yeah. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's almost perfect.
Yes. Yeah, like he's talking about that like left and right all the time and stuff. And
so Shu's got good taste in games, is what you're saying.
He does have good taste in games. He loves Returnal, and I respect that.
Nice.
This I got to see more on this. That was very much a teaser, and that looked very bite-sized. And so I got to see more about what this is. But I did enjoy Swords of Gargantua.
Dude,
for a bit.
Swords of Gargantua was a full-on addiction for me for almost a month. Me and Belle and a few other cats, like just we would go in. We were trying to get the platinum, right? And which of course, then we found a bug trophy. So, fuck.
Is there a second new game? Did another PSVR 2 game just get announced?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Sony likes to do shit while we're streaming. I don't think there's any correlation there, but
let's see here. It's called X8. Yeah, there is another game.
All right, man. I'm hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm so glad you're all here with us.
Thank you. That was Wes, man.
Oh, thank you, Wes. Wes always got our back, man. Wes always got our back.
I thought he was making like some kind of emoticon, like googly face thing, but no, that's what it's called, X8.
Well, and just no offense to these games, but they both of these been on the PlayStation YouTube channel for over half an hour and just have a few hundred views. So I don't know how people don't seem terribly excited
Sony
about
marketing
them.
at its finest.
Right. So we'll give it more views than the PlayStation store does, or PlayStation page does. I'm downloading it. We're getting there.
All right. We got another one to watch here.
So I don't know anything about this game. So this is going to be completely new to me.
Totally new.
Altair Breaker, at least I was familiar with. I knew the team. I knew everything else. So, and I did see the comments. We weren't ignoring you guys. It is very, very obvious that most of you in the comments do not seem excited by what's going on over here on the right side of the screen.
I was ignoring you. Just can't kill this hype train.
No. Again, just happy that all these games that came out after the death of PSVR 1 are finding a home on PSVR 2. Whether they turn out great, whether they turn out not great. Swords of Gargantua didn't look like a fantastic game either, but I was addicted to that shit, and I got my money's worth out of it over the course of 3 weeks. I played the crap out of it, put in tons of hours. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about it. Still not a great game technically, but it did capture that awesome multiplayer vibe and the feeling, that roguelite feeling of just wanting to kind of go in there and like level up your weapon and just get better every single time. But that was just me, though.
I'm obsessed with sword fighting games, and I'm in sword fighting. Well, yeah, only in games, not outside of games. But it's just so visceral, and yeah, I think they nailed. I thought the combat was pretty fun, and it was fun with friends. It was just like. It was like me, you, Belle, and MRI or Guyson.
Oh, right. MRI was a huge part of that. Yep.
Yeah, and we would just go room to room, just clobbering people. And, to the other person, you don't see the full animation. So you just see a bunch of people going like this and just like beating the shit out of everything.
What does this look like?
Great. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we all had these giant buster swords, man. It was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't get that often enough. Genetic Blasphemy, the Chrome Colossus Cat in the chat with the $2 tip says, I'm Brian Paul and I love you all, especially Ken. I don't think I know any Kens.
I don't know. I thought there was maybe a Ken in the chat.
I don't get the joke. But also I'm really fucking dumb, dude. I apologize for that. All right, dude, are you ready?
Okay.
On your mark. Get Des. Go.
All right, here we go. X8. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the underground. Okay. It's looking kind of... Oh. Okay. First-person shooter. Graphically not very impressive. Kind of looks like a PS2 game with good resolution. Remix, baby.
God, this trailer is so loud. God, this trailer's so loud. Oh, he says Ken Kutaragi. Got it. Okay. Sorry. Bad. Dude. Oh, this is also by Third Verse. This is the same as the Altair Breaker people. So the same as we just saw. So these guys are just kind of like, it's like we've got a ton of stuff in development. And we swear we're bringing it all over. It is pretty rough, Joshka. I agree.
Yeah. Is this just? I definitely want to be impressed. You know, it's a $550 headset.
Yeah.
And I'm not paying $550 to play something like this, really.
I mean,
like,
dude, I think most of us are in agreement. There was no problem with the indie games on PSVR 1. The problem with the PSVR 1 was that there weren't enough AAA games to kind of level, kind of make you feel like you were getting a good balance of games delivered to you, right? Like there weren't many options when it came to it. You were playing indie games or indie games for very long stretches of times. So I don't mind getting a shitload of indie games, even ones that look a little rough, as long as they're fun. As long as we get that balance, of AAA games to go with it, the hybrid games that we need. So out of context,
balance.
This is painful.
Is the question. Yeah,
but
yes.
But in context, as long as we see some AAA games announced soon, this will all feel much better, and this will just feel like a complete, bolstered launch lineup.
Just more, exactly.
Yeah.
More to the library.
Dude, we got an even better announcement from Dyke Gamer, the VRAF Gamecat in the chat with the €5. Wow. Saints and Sinners 2 PSN Australia store page just leaked. There will be a Chapter 1 in 2 Deluxe Edition for PSVR 2. Now, that is the best news I've heard all GAMESCAST.
Ooh.
Thank you, Dyke. Chapter 1 and 2 Deluxe Edition for PSVR 2. That is fucking incredible.
Hell yeah.
Dude.
That's great, man. That's easily one of the best games, and I'm not just saying that because they sent me a poster. Or am I?
You're not to be trusted.
Not to be trusted. So I didn't really. Yeah, let me read his thing again because I didn't.
Saints and Sinners 2 PSN Australian store page just leaked. There will be a Chapter 1 and 2 Deluxe Edition for PSVR 2.
Chapter 1 and so it comes with both games, Deluxe Edition. Okay.
Here, I'm gonna see. Hopefully, somebody posted this on Discord so I can because if there's a store description, hopefully we can see if there's a. One second, let me see what I can do here on the Flizzy.
I mean, once again, Saints and Sinners leak something. I feel so bad for them.
Why? This is great news.
Because they're like some of the greatest game developers, but they are so sloppy with their marketing.
Yeah. Wait, what day's today?
11/14.
Okay.
November 14th. It's Monday, and it's 7:10 p.m. Eastern.
I think I slept through a meeting this week. Anyway, I'm worse than Skydance is. That's for sure. This is great news. Great news. Mark Pringlesleaf with the £5 in the chat says, I've asked AJ this question recently, so now it's aimed at you, Brian. Do you think Quest ports to PSVR 2 will be more expensive to buy? I don't think so, no. I don't know what percentage the Quest store takes from publishers, but we know the Steam store takes the same amount as the PlayStation store. 30% seems to be kind of like the running percentage across the board. So I don't think they would have to do that. Plus, I think they're going to sell a lot more copies on PSVR 2. Anyway, it doesn't seem like games sell particularly well on Quest 2. They've sold a bunch of headsets, and it's a place where everyone plays free games and no one buys stuff. So I think they're gonna sell a lot more copies on PSVR 2 anyway. So I think, and you know what the thing is I'm sad about that because I think they should be cheaper on PSVR 2. I've seen so many overpriced games on the Quest store. I just don't understand what the logic is for the pricing on some of these things. It's like the era of $20 games is fucking over, man. It's like everyone's like charging 25, 30, 35. I'm like, really for that game, like Saints and Sinners, you pay $40 for it, and you're like, yeah, this fucking felt like a great $40 game. It felt like a value, like a lot of shits here. It's not the case for a lot of games that we've been playing. Yeah, Nihilist Ryan, good point. Quest sales are like 10 to 20% off. Like you never get this like massive discount on the Quest store. It's never like, oh, here you go, 50% off this game that you've been waiting for. No, it's like 10% off. You're like, oh, really? $2.50, $3 off? Great. I'm really gonna buy it now. You want to talk about Among Us?
Sure, man.
I mean, we don't have to. Like we can. I can change the thumbnail.
Tune in tomorrow. Maybe.
Yeah. We do. Let's do a little quick recap on Among Us. You and I got into a game with a lot of cats, man. We get to play with Riot Pop. We get to play with Rhodey. We get to play with Geisen. We get to play with Creeper Betty. We get to play with Skiva. God, who else? We played Tiffany from Skydance.
Tiffany.
Yep. We had a lot of cool cats in there. I know. I'm missing some.
You said MRI.
Yep.
Nick.
Yes, I know I'm missing somebody else too. The problem is you can play with 5 players up to 10 players, and our party grew with each game. And so by the time I left, it was like we had 9 people playing. And so yeah, I think I forgot everybody who was there. What did you think, man? What did you think? First impressions of Among Us VR. Let me ask you this: had you ever played the flat screen game?
No, and I knew nothing about it going in.
Okay. But it's relatively simple though. Like, and I think that shocks people once they get in there, right? Because it is a $10 game, and I think it's fairly priced. The flat screen version.
I love
like
that
$5.
price.
Yeah. But they basically sell you a stage, and then you kind of have to be the actors on that stage to make it any fun. Walk me through your first few minutes with it, man.
Yeah, it's really interesting, man, because like some other VR games, it's very simple concept where there's a crew. One of them is the imposter. Everybody, all the crew members have to go around performing simple tasks. And when I say simple tasks, I mean simple tasks of basically just like pressing a button that's like Simon Says, and it tells you beep beep, and then you go beep beep, or pulling a lever, or doing something really really simple. And then there's one imposter going around that is trying to either sabotage the entire crew or murder somebody. And if you get suspicious of somebody, you have to run into this main room where you meet, and you hit this red button, and it calls an emergency meeting. And then you guys have to kind of deduce and plead your case. And as we saw, I mean, you could be the one that hits the button and, be like, guys, this is who did it. And that, it doesn't matter. You have to be convincing. You have to kind of plead your case. And that's kind of where some of the fun comes in. But, yeah, I thought it's extremely simple. It's definitely not like impressive in the things you do, but it's not really meant to be like that. It's very, very much intended to be just a social deduction kind of game.
Yeah, it feels very much like I feel like it's Werewolves Within, but better implemented for a VR game, right? There's fewer rules to worry about. There's fewer roles for different characters to play. I think Werewolves Within is a little bit intimidating because you're constantly like, oh, they assign you a role at the beginning of a match, and you're like, well, I've never fucking played this. Like, what does this role do? And so it's easy to get tripped up in your lie and be like, oh yeah, I'm not this character. And I guess you fucking are. I'm like, oh, okay. And it's a little too convoluted for a casual gamer. This is perfect for a casual gamer. This is perfect to jump in. If you've never played before, if you have played before, you just run around, try not to get killed, and just be the best liar you can. Because it's so much fun to be the killer, the imposter. Kill somebody, then call the emergency meeting and just totally lie and be like, I saw Geisen fucking running after this person and he killed it, and I called the meeting, and it's you just it was. I
will say some of the most fun I had was kind of figuring out the game. I kind of skipped the tutorial, and I think we all skipped the tutorial, and we're like, oh, I'll just figure it out along the way. Yeah. And I think probably the hardest that I laughed was I was chasing Geisen around. Like I was stalking Geisen. I was the imposter. I was stalking Geisen, and I finally got him cornered. And then like I went up to him and I didn't know how to kill him, and I was like trying to click on him or something, and that's supposedly what you're supposed to be able to do is just click on him and it kills him. It plays like an animation.
Yep.
So I couldn't figure out how to kill Guyson. And he was like, no, 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 and I was chasing him down the hallway. And then I finally killed him, and then I look up and I see you in the hallway. And you're just staring at me, and then you just run off.
And from here's how it went down from my perspective. My perspective, I'm walking down the hall, and I see Geisen run by, and I see AJ run by, going, "I'm just trying to give you a hug." And then I turn the corner and I see Geisen dead on the ground, and AJ staring at me, and I'm like, I am so fucking out of here. But I can call the meeting. I can say, hey, AJ did it. I just saw him do it. And AJ can say, no, we fucking didn't. I just saw him do it. And it's like, well, then who do you believe? It's like, who's the better liar? And I know for a lot of you cats out there who have played Among Us before on the flat screen, you're like, yeah, this is how the game is played. But everything VR makes everything better. And I do absolutely love the fact that all the little tasks that you're supposed to do, because you can win, your crew can win against the imposter just by finishing all the tasks before you get killed. And so you're doing all these menial tasks, and the tasks in VR force you to like have your back turned to the room, right? Because even though they are simple, you need to be paying attention, right? Just even if it's just typing 1, 2, 3, 4 in order, and then 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. You need to be looking at the task that you're doing, and it's just distracting enough. They're not hard. They're just distracting enough that it allows somebody to sneak up behind you and kill you. And so there's always this tension whenever you're doing a task. And I think that's where this game succeeds far more than the flat screen version did. And so I think this is going to be, I think this is going to be kind of an addiction in a game that we all kind of have in our back pockets and pull out and play over the course of the next few years. We played this on Quest 2, by the way. It just came out on Quest 2. It's not coming out for PSVR 1 anymore. But I think they said they will be there at the launch of PSVR 2.
It's the launch. Yeah, it's supposed to be a launch title for PSVR 2. And for what it's worth, I'm not a big multiplayer guy. A lot of the cats know that. Is like they have to drag me out to get them to get to play multiplayer with them. I'm all about like single player games, but I love I do love playing with y'all. And for what it's worth, like I definitely wasn't like impressed by anything the game did, or I wasn't like impressed with it. I didn't think it was really like, anything to, but it has this, it did like have this kind of, oh, I could go again. Oh, I could go again. I could go again kind of thing. Like it does just have that it factor where it is kind of fun and addicting. There's no chance in hell I could play this game for years because it lacks a lot of depth and stuff. But I think for just what it is, a simple concept, $10 game, and it can be pretty fun with friends. It does maybe matter who you play with a little bit. Then depending on who you're playing with, you could have a better time. But I had a lot of fun, and this isn't really my kind of thing at all. And I did actually really enjoy it. And $10, I was like, yeah, didn't even have to break the bank or anything.
Yeah, I'm the same way when it comes to these multiplayer games, especially competitive ones. I love playing through games in co-op.
Yes,
I think that's become more of my. I used before PSVR. I was a single player gamer all day, every day. I just wanted to be left alone and play my solitary game and whatever. I thought multiplayer ruined shit. But yeah, PSVR has made me a co-op gamer, and then shit like this is like really shocking to me that, like Werewolves Within, again, a lot of rules to remember, a lot of roles to remember. This kind of strips away all of that and makes life easy. It's easy to kind of just jump in and have fun. Real quick here, Timon Weeks in the chat said, I just secured my pre-order here in Sydney. So it looks like things are going well.
Nice. Congrats.
In the land down under. We also got Alejandro with the $5 tip says, it might not be a leak. It's 11:15 and it's November 15th and 11 a.m. in Australia. Pre-orders must be live. They might be releasing new games and new info. Okay, so talking about the Saints and Sinners leak, that might not be a mistake. It might just be, hey, we're announcing new games. We're announcing new stuff here on pre-order day. Man, so definitely gonna be keeping a close eye on Sony tomorrow here in the States. Gonna be keeping a close eye on their YouTube channel. Obviously, we should be doing that tonight, I guess, with the 2 new announcements. So hopefully we'll have a lot of new announcements tomorrow. Hopefully that PlayStation blog post with all the launch lineup happens soon. And of course, any kind of event, any kind of showcase. I think we're all frothing at the mouth for some kind of state of play or PSVR2 specific event. So, hey AJ,
what up, man?
Are you picking a PSVR 20 question game right now?
No, I'm tweeting.
Are you sure?
I have a game.
All right,
man. Can't wait till we play PSVR 2 20 questions.
I can't wait until the first question has to be, is this a PSVR 2 game?
Oh, we're gonna keep things open like that, huh?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. We stole this from GameScoop. On GameScoop, they pick from the entire history of video games. So it takes them 10 questions just to narrow down what console it's on. This is how much we suck at this game, AJ, is that 20 questions isn't even enough for us, and we know it's a PSVR game. GameScoop, they're fucking really good at this. Also, they've got a panel. They've got like 3 people playing the game, so they got 3 minds working together. It really helps. We'll have to do that at some point. All right, AJ, let's do this thing. It's time for PSVR 20 questions. If you guys don't know how this works, AJ's got a PSVR game in his mind. I need all the help out there from all you cats. We 20 yes or no questions in only 6 minutes to figure out what PSVR game he's thinking of. I'm going to bring up the timer. All right, here we go. On your market, does go. Does this game use analog sticks?
This game does use analog sticks.
Ooh, okay, let's clarify then. Does this support the aim controller?
This game does support the aim controller.
All right, guys, we're off and running. We know it's an aim game that like narrows down everything considerably. Does this game, the developer of this game, have they made other PSVR games?
The developer of this game has not made other PSVR games.
Okay, so that eliminates like Dick Wild 1 and 2, eliminates After the Fall, eliminates Arizona Sunshine, obviously. Okay, everyone's already going for Farpoint. Was this made by Impulse Gear?
This game was made by Impulse Gear.
Holy crap. This is not a record, but it's damn close.
This is pretty easy mode.
Is this game Farpoint?
This game is the greatest PSVR game ever made that uses, and it's Farpoint, yes. Dude, I want Farpoint 2 so bad.
Wait, Wind in the chat. Yeah, me too, man. Impulse Gear needs to be making something for PSVR 2, even if it's a spiritual sequel.
That's something.
Yeah.
They need to make Farpoint 2.
I mean, as long as they don't make Larcenauts, right? Because I don't care about that. I don't need a hero shooter, but maybe some people out there. Hold on a second. We got shit happening here in the chat. This is very interesting. Loving it. Jamie Assett with the $2 tip says, Call of the Mountain seems to be confirmed for $70. It's 110 Australian. So we might want to get the bundle, you guys. Save yourself $20.
Interesting.
Thank you. And I did see Wind mention that. So thank you very much for passing the word along. Holy crap. $70. $70.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, though, it really just depends. It depends on how much content is in the game. Like, I don't mind paying $70 for a game that's worth $70. I just,
right.
Yeah, I mean, don't know.
We're comparing.
I want to give them the benefit. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt because this is Firesprite who made the Persistence, which is, technically like could be said, it can be beaten in 4 hours, but most people beat it in 13 hours, and then the ones that loved it could spend 40 hours in it. So it really just depends how much content is in it. But yeah, I was really hoping for like $50-$60 here.
Yeah, because we don't know how much. We don't know how long the game is. The developers have said if you beeline the story, it'll take you 6 or 7 hours or something along those lines, right? But like, what does that mean? if you beeline the story. And plus, we've learned over the last few years not to trust developers, right? We've heard developers go, oh yeah, you won't be disappointed with it. You won't this, it's 5, 6, 7 hours. It turns out to be 2 or 3 hours. Like it never seems to correlate properly. So even if they are telling the truth, and if you beeline the story and take 6 or 7 hours, how much exploration is there? How much other stuff can you do in the game? Is there bonus content? Whatever. If we're comparing
$70 is a triple A. That's what they're charging for like triple A first. I mean, this is first party studio, but like triple A, like 40-hour main story games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's additional content, but yeah. I mean, again, not happy if that's true.
Right.
But I will pay for it, and I will just try to enjoy the game. It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah, Looper the Underground Game Cat with the €2 says it's Aussie dollars though. I don't 110. I mean, is that how much? Yeah, you already converted. Okay, so he's caught up now with his next tip. So we're comparing this to other Horizon games, right? Where it's like open world and like tons of side quests and whatever else. And so I guess my question is what happens when we compare this to an Uncharted game, right? Which tend to be far more linear. There's less, they're not open worlds, and they tend to be 12 hours long or so. Like I need to know for myself how long it takes to get through Call of the Mountain when I play it the way that I play games, right? Because I am an explorer. I want to explore every corner of the map. I want to craft every single thing possible. I want to find every single collectible on my way the first time. I don't want to go back and do that the second time. So I want to see, for my style of play, is it going to take me 8 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours? I have no fucking idea. But if it's a $70 game, I'm really hoping, that it's got that kind of length to it.
For $70, yeah, it needs to be like a $40 game. I mean, that makes sense for some of their first party title, and people aren't even happy about that, But it was something I kind of was like, wow, I can maybe accept this against I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I want to play it. I want to play it right away, and you can
get $50,
but
get with the bundle.
Yeah, looks like I'm getting that fucking bundle now for sure. I changed my mind on that for sure. I wasn't expecting that to be a discount, to be honest with you. But
I told you, man, like the smartest thing Sony could do right now to make that bundle look more attractive price wise is to list the Sense controllers and charge $150 or $200 for the Sense controllers. We've seen how much the Quest Pro controllers go for. They're ridiculously expensive, right? And so if you list Horizon Call of the Mountain for $70, you list the Sense controllers for $150. Then suddenly your $550 headset is looking a lot cheaper. So we'll see how this all goes down. Looper the Underground Game Cat with the €5, says, on the Australian store, it's exactly the same price as Forbidden West, which is $60 in the US. So it may be a $60 game, which is definitely
60 is a lot
better.
More. Yeah, it's better, but still, I still makes me want to get the bundle now. Just to save $20. I mean, I'll cut any corners I can. I think most people would feel the same too.
Listen,
we've had games take like 2 weeks. No, games take like 2 months realistically to start going on sales. So
we've had a problem with Call of the Mountain ever since people went hands on with it. Started talking about how the combat is limited to this circle. Right, where you're just kind of like dodging left, dodging right, but you're kind of locked into this ring around the opponent. Ring around the opponent. That for some reason that stopped me in my tracks. And so people are like, oh, it's not a full-fledged, it doesn't have the full-fledged combat mechanics that a normal Horizon game would. And then the developers talking about, if you beeline it, it's this long. And so we've got we're really heavily focused on the negative side of this. And I don't know if we're being fair or not yet. And so this is a game that I need to get my hands on. Again, I want to stop seeing footage. I want to just get my hands on it and play it, and find out for myself, because I think it's easy to go down the negative route on this, and I don't know if we should or not. We might be spot on, AJ. We might be totally spot on, but we might not be as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no way of knowing. But what I know is that the average consumer is going to be really upset about that if that's the case. And, you know, I don't know.
This is also an issue when you make a game that's built from the ground up for VR and it's not a hybrid game. You're not selling this to a group of. This has been in development for 3 years longer, right? And so you've got a lot of people working on this game that need to get paid, right? And so, but you also know that since you're not delivering it onto a flat screen, the number of people you can sell it to has been drastically reduced. Right, this is not going to sell 7, 8, 9, 10 million copies like a Horizon game would. This is going to sell a couple million at best, right? If everyone gets the bundle, whatever happens. And so I don't know if this price is something that they have to do to recoup their losses making a VR only game. This is why hybrid games are going to be so important.
This just seems, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. That's the part that's kind of like a little baffling. I'm getting this either way, and I'm going to enjoy it either way, but got to be real about that price once we play through it and see how we feel. And, it's not necessarily to me like the quality as much as I'm wondering about the content of it. Like how much content does it have?
Agreed.
And because, I've already bought Resident Evil Village for $30. And that's likely a day one patch, good to go. And that's a 13-hour campaign and replayable for, 50 hours or something, 40, 50 hours. So, but yeah, I agree that this is definitely, now there's incentives to buy the bundle, even though I didn't really want to get the bundle, but now there's a good reason that bundle exists at least.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
If that's confirmed. That's confirmed. We still don't know if that's confirmed yet.
Yeah, there's some
price fuck-ups all the time.
There's some back and forth in the chat, too, saying, some people saying that it converts to 70, some people saying it converts to 60. We're hours away from finding out in the States here exactly what it's going to cost. Old Dar says, there's got to be a demo disc. Yeah. That would be really nice if there was a demo disc.
I would love a demo disc.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling we're not getting one. I mean, I would assume that there would maybe be some demos on the PlayStation Store itself, maybe not a disc, but who knows? Who knows? AJ, this has been a fun episode of PSVR Gamescast Live. Thank you so much for hanging out. We are just hours away from being able to pre-order this thing. So again, guys,
I'm excited,
and I'm excited for everybody who's sitting here in the chat right now with their pre-orders already activated, people who've already had a chance to buy it. I'm super excited that you guys can you can rest easy and know that you've got it coming on February 22nd. It's awesome for you. I'll be getting up tomorrow and with a lot of anticipation. I'm very, very excited. But yeah, so if you guys want to hang out with a bunch of other people who are pre-ordering their headsets, or if you need help finding a pre-order for a headset, again, click the link in the description below and join our Discord. While you're there, subscribe to AJ at PSVR Underground. Quick shout out to the people who make this channel run, including Jamie I, who gets this thing up on podcast services of your choice. Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry, who puts all the timestamps into the sucker a few hours after the fact. If they're not up after the fact, it's my fault. I probably went to bed or something ridiculous. It's not Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry's fault. Don't blame him. It's not his fault. Also, all the moderators who are just absolutely kicking ass lately and making my life better each and every single day. I love you all so very much. Thank you to everybody who tipped today. Keeps the channel running, keeps the lights on. Thanks to everybody who supports us on patreon.com/withoutprogames. And thanks to everybody who sat back and watched the show. Didn't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there, and we love you just as much. AJ, it's Monday. May I cue the cat?
Cue the cat, Brian, because I want to say see you guys later to Joseph Blapple. Sex-69.fun. Says, find my hot girls here. Oh, and then was deleted by Johnny Rightbot.
Oh, sorry. I want to find my hot girls here.
69.fun something.
No
Stephen Keeling, thank you so much, man. Old Darth says, good luck tomorrow, cats. Wishing you all luck. Look at that. Awesome Tatum says, party tomorrow, baby. Shades of Grey Matter, thank you so much, man. Glad you liked it. Flame Hat Game Cat says, pre-boop boop. Tom Flesh Eater Gaming, thank you so much. Blue Jew the Underground Gamecat Elite Name Squad in the house says fun show, guys. Later, cats. Blue Heart, all you are is history. Thank you so much, man. Says sound like 11 a.m. in America to me. Steve IRE says, are we sure Jim Ryan isn't actually Avril Lavigne?
Oh,
Brings up a very good
wow!
point
It comes full circle.
I love it. I love you, Steve Irie. Or Seek the Gamecat. Wave to you, my friend. Stike Gamer, the VRAF Gamecat says PSVR pre-order day. Whoop whoop. Okay, I added the whoop whoop, but it was earned.
It was implied.
It was implied. 7 Gamecat. Yes. Later, Gatos. Good hunting in the upcoming hours. Just Cat says, damn, it feels like Xmas tomorrow. God damn, doesn't it, Josh?
Damn, it feels
Jonathan
good to be a gangster.
Rivas. It says, is it possible PSVR 2 will have a version 2 like the previous one? Probably.
More than likely.
Guy-son, fist bump to you. Unruly Cat. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Cheers to you as well. Says, nice to meet you too, Samuel.
No.
Okay.
Oh, we got a chat in the chat. We got Genetic Blasphemy. The Chrome Colossus Cat with the $2 tip says, I'm Brian Powell, and I'm saying goodnight to Ken the dad. This is a joke that I just don't understand. I get it. Ken Kutaragi, got it. What's my relationship with Ken the dad? Is he my daddy? Oh, whoa. Shit just took a strange turn. Is Ken Kutaragi my daddy? Also,
PS5 4K gameplay says 1100 tomorrow. Scott Jesco, PSN Herefeld, PSVR Gamecat for Life says, so what you're saying is in 9.5 hours, I'll be spending 570 pounds. Okay, cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
Controller Cat Heart. Ian Stambridge says, if it came with a beanie that said dinosaurs are great with it, AJ would be more happy with the price. That is kind of true. B Tribble in the house tonight, always doing God's work, even if you're just hanging out in the chat. We appreciate you, homie.
Oh, yeah.
Just in time says, wish they still did discs in console bundles. Yeah, well, okay. I don't want to get all negative Nancy. Samuel Yu says, whippy! Bad Robo in the house tonight says, Ari Village will definitely be worth the price. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, games will go on sale so fast. That is one great thing about this.
And you don't need to buy any games. You've already got a bunch of PSVR 2 games if you're concerned. I just want to get the headset to make sure I have the headset. Well, guess what? You already own Pistol Whip. You already own Saints and Sinners. You already there's a bunch of fucking games that you're going to be able to play likely day one upscaled. You also, if you already own Village on the flat screen, then you own that on PSVR 2 seemingly. So
No Man's Sky, baby.
No Man's Sky. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
So
Mike Kelly doesn't give a fuck and says, "Please let me spend my money for your cool stuff, Sony."
Mike Kelly don't give no fucks. All right, man. Let's get the fuck out of here. It is later than we anticipated. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you over on Discord. We love you so very, very much.
That we do.
Meow.